Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade. So I was just in the other room talking to your other three cast members, and I had to say, I love all their parents. I gotta tell you guys, I love all your parents too. I grew up in the age of your parents.
Okay.
I'm old. But it's
Man,
really...
Stop it.
I'm old. I'm like old as dirt. But congratulations, guys. You have the show. And easy question one. What can we expect from your generation? What are we going to see you guys doing on Growing Up Hip Hop?
You'll just be seeing a lot of hustling going on and teaching the people how to get what they want to get.
Yeah.
Oh, you go ahead.
Ladies.
Oh, okay. You'll see all of us going after our dreams. You'll see us all interacting together, coming together, helping one another achieve our goals. And you'll also see some personal issues as well. So people will get to connect with us in a few different ways. But yeah, you'll see me making my album that's coming out January 7th. You'll see Rome doing his thing, getting ready for, filming his movies, getting in shape. You'll see him with chip cookies. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think the cool thing with this show is, most importantly, a lot of people know our families. They know the legacy. And at the end of the day, you get to see that we're all just human. We're regular people. We go through the same struggles as, someone out there. It may be a little bit different. But it's a cool journey. You get to see these other kids, on their mission to take over their empires and make a name for themselves. And it's just a lot of fun, It's going to make you laugh. It's going to make you cry. I call it gumbo. A little bit of everything. So y'all make sure y'all check that out January 7th on WeTV.
That was the greatest metaphor ever used. I call it gumbo. I was trying to figure out, where's he going with it? Now I got it.
About gumbo right now. You got some gumbo?
In the other room, there's no gumbo. I'm thinking about the sandwiches myself. It's incredible because all of your parents made it in this industry. What do you take away from that? You grow up seeing that. What do each of you take away from watching their journeys in terms of navigating the business?
Well, they made it easy for us to get our feet in the door. And, I respect all of our parents because they paved the way for us. And, I'm just excited to do what we got to do.
I take away the advice. My father and my uncles have always told me to stay grounded and be humble and be grateful for every opportunity that comes your way. And my dad told me to never say no to an autograph, always say yes to a picture. And if people want to write on you, don't allow them to do that. But he was like,
rule.
Yeah, but he was just like,
literally write on you?
Yeah, because I guess that happens. People I guess want to write on you. And he said, and don't write on others either. But yeah, that's because he's a very spiritual, religious person as well. So we don't believe on writing on our flesh. But yes, yeah, that's what I've taken from him. He's given me a lot of great advice throughout the years and just told me to stay humble and stay hardworking.
I think for my father, if any of y'all know, Master P is my pops, but he's independent, And the main thing I learned from him is that if they could do it, we could do it too. So just that whole independent mind frame and always believing in yourself. Just growing up with a man like that, you really see no limits. You're able to see that anything is possible if you believe and with hard work.
Fame is such a hard thing, and we look at it now. I mean, you could be famous at 12 years old doing Vine videos. It's insane. What was it like for each of you guys when you're growing up in that environment? All of your parents are famous, mega famous. What was it like for each of you guys seeing that and growing up in it? Did you understand what was happening at the time?
As I was growing up, it just seemed normal to me because I grew up in it. But now, at my age now, it's just like, wow. I look back and it's like, I can't believe it.
That was cool.
That was cool, yeah. And now it's our turn. So I just want to repeat history. That's all.
I definitely didn't know anything about my family until I started saying, hello, my name is Kristinia DeBarge, and people being like, DeBarge? Like the family DeBarge? Like in the 80s? And I was like, yeah. And then my dad told me, okay, you need to know our history. And I actually didn't tell him I could sing till I was 12, so we didn't go into all of that until then. So for a long time, I had no idea who my family was. I just thought they were my family.
I think for everybody, however you grow up, that's your normal. So for me, that was my normal. But at the end of the day, I knew what No Limit was and what my pops was, but it was still normal for me. So when I was a little kid, people called me Lil P. It's just like, look, that's Lil P right there, But it's some pretty cool, exciting moments in there that you look back and you're like, that's kind of crazy. Like, me and my friends look back now and we're like, we were really doing some Richie Rich stuff when we were like little kids.
I gotta hear some of these stories.
We'll talk about that later off the record, okay?
That's a real show right there. I was telling them, I'm like, I want to see the home videos of what was going on.
A lot of great moments. Yeah.
When you look forward and building your own legacies, do you ever feel like there's a pressure, like, hey, people know who my parents are, I've got to do something really great with my life because of who they are? Is there ever that pressure involved?
Well, I think a lot of people think it's that way. For me, I feel if you want to be successful, you got to understand that. Well, first, let me take that back. A lot of people from the outside is always going to think that's the biggest problem. But a lot of kids who's in this position, we're just grateful for living our life, and we want to do things our way. But a lot of outsiders kind of want to compare you to your family. They want you to be like, oh, well, they need to go this route. You see that, I don't care, from Michael Jordan kids, from Michael Jackson. It's like, you got to find peace with yourself. And if you find peace with yourself and you find that thing that you love doing, I think that's what's going to make you overall the happiest. And you can never let the outside people try to compact you because of your family name, that legacy.
I agree with Romeo. He couldn't have said it better. I think sometimes people misunderstand us, and I think that whatever you believe in as you grow up, and if you believe that you can do something and you put your mind to it, you can, and you shouldn't let anybody tell you different, whether that's your family or a friend. You shouldn't let anybody tell you different. So the pressure, I don't really feel like I can relate to that. I don't feel any pressure.
Yeah, like if I wanted to be a scientist or something, people be like, what is he doing? Like, his dad, it's like people just think you're supposed to follow that footstep. It's like, luckily I kind of wanted to do the same thing as my pops, but it's like a lot of people, they kind of misunderstand it from the outside looking in. And it's nothing, that's the thing that kids need to know. It's like, if you're happy, go follow your dreams. You don't have to live up to any expectations. It's your life.
Yeah, that's really all that matters, Like, I mean, I love that I have my parents' support, but if I didn't, I'd still be pursuing music.
Were they into it right away, all of your parents, when you said, hey, we want to do X, Y, and Z? Was each group of parents, like, were into it, or were they like, stay away?
No, not at all. At least not over here. I mean, I'm in the cookie business, and my dad was all for it.
I think that's so cool, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm a cookie fanatic, so I think that's
I got to
His
send you
cookies are
some.
really good.
Oh,
Yes, my cookies are really good. But yeah, my dad was all for it, and I'm not even doing the hip hop thing too often. I'm doing the EDM thing, so he's all for that too. He actually likes it when I do outside the box things, as far as like the cookies and the EDM. He thinks it's safer.
I'm a cookie nut, so unfortunately Magnolia has destroyed me 15 pounds ago. So
Make
not
sure you
my
get your
choice.
info, man. Send
Yeah,
them
right.
I need send us cookies.
Oh, I will. Believe
Actually,
it.
don't send us cookies because I'll get fatter.
No, my cookies are all natural. Chef's cookies. Make sure you get
I
some.
don't know
Chef's
how I
cookies.
eat, man. I'm a 180 eating like a 275 pounder, so
Hey.
it's awful. I've got an awful
Hey,
appetite.
look at me. I eat my cookies all the time.
Do you go to the gym?
I do go to the
Right,
gym.
there's a difference. How about you guys? Was it automatically like, hey, pursue the music? Obviously you've done movies, you've done everything. Was it an automatic go
My
for thing?
story is funny because when I was like a little 7-year-old, I remember my pops had it set up in the bathroom and everything. He'll call me up and be like, Rome, I need you to talk on this song. And I was this little like 7-year-old kid. I could barely talk basically. Like I was saying things, I had no idea. And then one day, I think I was maybe like 9, I snuck into one of my dad's studios while he was out of town because my pops never let me record. He kind of wanted me to kind of stay away from it. I was really big into sports. So I snuck in the studio and made this song about my ABCs or something. And my dad heard it and he was like, Rome really want to make music? And he was like, he's pretty good too. So my dad had a little talk with me. It's like, if you want to do this, you have to make sure you're still getting A's and B's in school. If you get anything less, you ain't going to do this. And you got to know that people are going to judge you and everybody isn't going to love you. And he basically just, gave me a long prep talk about how it's going to be a crazy industry. It's a crazy world, Hollywood, entertainment business. It's a lot of sharks out there. So he was kind of pushing me away from it, but I loved it. I love entertaining people and I love making music. And I kind of snuck my way into it.
I'm kind of in the same scenario as Rome. My dad didn't want me to be in music at all. He wanted me to pursue anything, but he said, be a doctor, be a lawyer, you can be a dentist, just don't be a singer. Which is why I didn't tell him until I was 12 years old that I wanted to do music. But he kind of put me to the test. We went into the studio one night, and he composed a beat from scratch. And he wrote his verse, made me write my verse. I had never written in my life. And then we stayed there till 4 o'clock in the morning. And then he said, Chrissy, I'm so tired. Can we go home, please? I said, no. We are going to finish the song. And then he was like, oh, no, you really do want to be a singer. Oh, no, you really
I'm
do.
screwed.
Yeah. You know, and the rest is history.
Congratulations, guys. This looks like it's going to be a ton of fun to watch. So I'm super excited. And like I said, I grew up in that age. So really excited to see what you guys bring to the table. It's going to be a lot of fun.